This is a call for an uprising. Welcome to today's show. I want to cover this because people are getting confused by it and people are being misled. This is a massive diversion, and this is a massive result of the things that are happening in our world from people investigating Pizzagate, people waking up now and finding out about Hampstead, about McMartin, about the Franklin cover-up, stuff I've been talking about for years. Obviously, I haven't been on YouTube for years, but in my life, trying to wake people up, those are the things I've always expressed to them. My awakening happened when I discovered McMartin many years ago and the work of Ted Gunderson and all the hidden tunnels underneath the school and just all of the testimonies that the kids had and made and then how it all got changed. It was all just unbelievable how they turned it into a quote-unquote witch hunt and said all these parents were telling their kids to do this. It was all about money. But people are seeing all this stuff now and waking up. So Hollywood, of course, where this is a hub for pedophilia. It always has been. It always will be until people actually start waking up and start exposing it. We've seen Feldman come out, Corey Haim come out. All these people have come forward, talked about child abuse, Elijah Wood in Hollywood, how it runs rampant. That's because it runs rampant in politics, the entertainment industry, Hollywood, the music industry, all of it. Around the world, elites, global elites are the ones involved in these pedo rings. They are Satanists. That's why the core of Satanism is the rape, molestation, and sacrifice dismemberment of these children. They use them for black magic rituals. They sacrifice them to Satan. It's no different than Baal worship that we read about in the Old Testament. So I want to cover this story as far as Ashton Kutcher, who's probably one of the world's biggest douchebags, has come forward and passionately testified on anti-sex trafficking efforts. Now, this is all a result of the stuff that's going on because more and more people are asking people to investigate Pizzagate, talking about this stuff, saying, how come nobody talks about it? You hear me say it all the time. How come it's never in the news? Nobody talks about it. They talk about all this other stuff going on. They don't talk about the sex trade of these children. Some of the first videos I did on this channel, I talked about how they have these fake charities set up, which talk about trafficking children. Right? And they don't talk about sex trafficking. They talk about how these kids are bought and sold to do child labor in other countries. It was such a scam. I even messaged them. They had me blocked. They wouldn't even answer my questions about why they won't talk about sex trafficking because they're scams and they're frauds. All these have been set up as frauds. Now you have Kutcher coming forward, leading the way. Of course, it's some celebrity who is, his career is based around what? The TV show Punk'd. Okay? And now he's coming forward as an advocate, passionately speaking out against anti-sex trafficking. He's involved in this now. He's putting his name in there. He wants to get out there. And this is all a setup. This is all a ruse. This is all diversion. They know that they have to address the pedophilia stuff in Hollywood. So much stuff has come out, especially in the last 6 months or so, with celebrities coming forward, with Pizzagate coming out, and more people digging, that they have to do something like this and say, oh, well, we are trying to. So they get, ironically, they get Ashton Kutcher, who is the host of the show Punk'd, or was, and who knows what else, what other garbage this guy was in. He couldn't be less funny or entertaining, but he's one of them. He's one of them, and this is a massive diversion. One, it's taking attention away from Pizzagate. Two, it's them going, we know sex trafficking is going on, and now they're going to start pointing the finger back at people like ourselves. They're going to take attention off of the elite. They're going to go, like I always say, they're going to stereotype it. It's the guy in the trailer park. It's lower-end guys, drug addicts who are doing it and getting drug money out of buying and selling kids. They'll show pictures of people that look like quote-unquote scumbags. Right? People who are wearing, dirty clothes and unshaved and unclean. That's what they're going to do. They're going to stereotype this and take attention away from the guys in the business suits because it's the elites. If Ashton Kutcher really cared about this and wanted to do something, he knows where to start, probably looking in the mirror. But he could look around Hollywood. He could look at all these people out there and start, if he really cared and was really doing this. But he's not, okay? Because Ashton Kutcher's a Freemason. There's photos of Ashton Kutcher wearing his Freemason hat proudly. Okay, there's photos of him when he was with Demi Moore leaving their Kabbalah Center or Kabbalah Temple, whatever you want to call this nightmare that these people go and they worship Satan inside these Kabbalah centers. People don't understand this. Okay, anyone who follows Kabbalah is following Jewish mysticism. This is the synagogue of Satan. This is what they're doing. The Talmud, I've exposed it already. I've talked about it many times. The Talmud openly talks about the raping of children under 3 years old, that rabbis are allowed to do this. The Talmud is one of the most disgusting, disgraceful things ever written, and it should be burned. It shouldn't be allowed to be on this earth. It's the Babylonian teachings is what it is, and it's hidden in the temples. And people go, oh, the Talmud. No, it's not like the Babylonian. Yes, it is. It's exactly what it is. So Kutcher attends the Kabbalah, his Kabbalah synagogue with Demi Moore. Then he's even going there getting his new child with Maya Kunis. I don't know if I say these people's names right, but new child that they have, a new baby. Demi Moore even shows up as ex for the Kabbalah blessing. I mean, this is all sick and twisted, but this guy is into Kabbalah. If you're into Kabbalah, you're into all of the same stuff. This is Jewish mysticism. This is witchcraft and Satanism and occultism. Okay, that's what it is. You can see them wearing their pink bracelets, their red bracelets all the time. DiCaprio, all the celebrities, Mick Jagger, Madonna. Okay, that's what this is. So we have Kutcher, who is a member of the Jewish Kabbalah. He's also a Freemason. You see him wearing the Mason hat. And now he's going to be the person in the forefront who's going to go out and fight against anti-sex trafficking rings. It is an absolute joke. And I see people actually write and say, I don't know if, I'm confused now. Ashton Kutcher speaking out against it. It's a diversion. What it does is it takes attention off the elites. That's what it does. It takes attention off the Hollywood elites. It takes attention off Pizzagate. And it's going to push attention towards Haiti. It's going to put, in other countries and how regular civilians or, middle-class people are going over there and having sex with kids and doing this stuff. It's all it is a diversion to give you disinformation on these trafficking rings. Okay? Listen to some of this stuff and then think of how ridiculous this is. It says the actor testified Wednesday before the Senate Foreign Relations Committee. And first of all, why would he be testifying before the Senate Foreign Relations Committee when he's on a television show, Punk'd? He's on a television show, some 70s show, and this guy is speaking before the council, the Senate Foreign Relations Committee in a hearing on progress in combating modern slavery. This guy. Think about how many people in the past have come forward and exposed this stuff and been shut out. Okay, think about Ted Gunderson, who was even killed by them, who came out and exposed all of this stuff, and they shut the door in his face, and then they ran a massive, discrediting campaign against him, making him look like he was a traitor to America, a traitor to the government, and all this nonsense that he was crazy and he lost his mind. And you get Ashton Kutcher's the guy they tap on the shoulder. It's unbelievable. It's a disgrace. Gunderson be rolling over in his grave. So Kutcher spoke on behalf of Thorn, Digital Defenders of Children, an organization he co-founded with then-wife Demi Moore in 2009 that builds software to fight human trafficking. These days, he called his day job his work as chairman of Thorn and also as a father. He and wife Mila Kunis welcomed son Dimitri Portwood in November, and daughter Wyatt is 2 years old. He caught a red-eye to Washington afternoon on Valentine's Day dinner with Kunis and will return home this afternoon. And in a passionate 15-minute opening testimony, Kutcher praised the committee for bipartisan cooperation on the issue, even though the guys in the room are the ones you should be looking at and addressing. But of course, this is staged, so of course not. He says, calling his opportunity to speak one of the greatest honors of his life. His voice was cracking. He said, as part of my anti-trafficking work, this is where it gets ridiculous. I've met victims in Russia, victims in India, victims that have been trafficked from Mexico, New York, and New Jersey, and all across our country. I've been on FBI raids where I've seen things that no person should ever see. Why is this guy on FBI raids? He's an actor. He is an actor. He's on FBI raids? Was the FBI raid inside his home? Or Demi Moore's home out in Hollywood? Yeah, I'm sure he has seen things that no person should ever see. I'll guarantee he has, but not on FBI raids. Why would he even be? This is where people should read stuff and go, why is this douchebag on an FBI raid? Because he's in some movies and has a little, is being funded by the elites and being given cash? Because he's one of them. That's why. And they're going to continue to have people come out and do this stuff. You know why? Because it takes attention, not only off the elites, it takes attention off of Satanism and the occult, the stuff that this is centered around. They don't want this to be fully known. They know there's people like me out there talking about it, but they know we don't have a large reach, not like they have. Not like Ashton Kutcher, who's probably got 20 million Twitter followers. So people are going to go, oh, okay, there is this going on, but Pizzagate's fake. But this stuff's fake, but there's stuff going on over in other countries. Listen to some of the stuff that he says. It's unbelievable. He says, I've seen video content of a child that's the same age as mine being raped by an American man that was a sex tourist in Cambodia. And this child was so conditioned by her environment that she thought she was engaging in play. Okay, so you see how the attention's diverted? He saw a video of someone in Cambodia, an American man. Okay, not talking about the elites. This is going on on American soil. It's going on underground. Check underground. Why don't you go to DuPont Circle and check down there? Go out in Hollywood, check these palatial palaces. Go to some Freemason lodges. It's unbelievable. So he's on FBI raids, and then he's diverting attention saying, oh, I've met some people. I've seen video. I'm sure you own video of it, too. It says it's working. In 6 months, with 25% of our users reporting, we've identified 6,000 trafficking victims, 2,000 of which are minors. This tool has enhanced 4,000 law enforcement officials and 900 agencies and reducing the investigation time by 60%. I mean, this is so bogus. And you could see this is unreal. Senator Bob Corker and him shaking hands, and you could see they're doing the master grip. Look, hands on the wrists. I mean, it's unbelievable. This stuff is so ridiculous. And they just get away with this stuff. I mean, it really is unreal. Yeah, I'm sure he's safe. Ashton Kutcher, while he's not busy, doing his stupid TV shows and not being funny, he's spending his time personally. His website's responsible for stopping trafficking around the world, but yet ignoring things like Pizzagate, McMartin, all the stuff that they've covered up. It's a gigantic joke. This is a psyop right here. Okay? When people go, Pizzagate's the psyop because they want to censor the internet. No, this is the psyop. This is what's going to keep happening, because you know what they're going to do? They're going to stereotype people into fitting in a class of pedophiles. Just like they've stereotyped black people, they stereotype certain white people so that people automatically think that, oh, well, they like this or they do. They're going to stereotype pedophiles, especially ones that are involved in trafficking, because the awareness has gotten too big. They can't control it. So now they know they have to play their mind control games on the masses. And of course, they have to usher out celebrities to do it. Because a regular guy in a suit and tie, nobody would care. But, oh, it's Ashton Kutcher. Oh, this is so good. What a hero he is. Oh, we should admire him. It's a joke. These guys are in on it, and they wouldn't be a part of it. He's a Freemason, and he's a Kabbalah guy. I mean, what else do you need to say? He practices Jewish mysticism. Openly in their books, it talks about pedophilia. Ask him that next time he's on stage. It's a joke. It's a complete joke. So they're going to stereotype this now, and they're going to start talking more about trafficking. I've been saying it since my channel started. So most of you who have been listening, I've been saying, why not at these elections? Are they talking about the rings, the sex trafficking? They make more money than the drug trade. I've said it over and over. I probably said it 1 million times this year. And now their hand's been forced, because people will not stop talking about Pizzagate. People will not stop talking about these rings. A lot of people who were sound asleep found out about Pizzagate. Then they're like, I read some of the message boards, and I'm like, yeah, because they're talking about Pizzagate. They're like, have you heard about McMartin? Have you heard about the Frank cover-up? Have you heard about Hampstead? And then it really opens their eyes, and they realize what's going on. That's how it works. So they know they have to do damage control. So they have to roll out a false idol. They have to go, sex trafficking is real. And I'm sure they'll create false stories in the news about, things being busted in Haiti and all this stuff. But they're going to stereotype certain people as these pedos. It might even be conspiracy theorists. They'll probably make something up about us. They call us conspiracy theorists, even though we're really just speaking the truth. Who knows how they'll do it, but they're going to divert attention away from the elites, away from Satanism, away from Crowley's teachings, away from Kabbalah, Jewish mysticism, away from the Talmud. Okay, that's what they're going to do with this. So don't fall for it, because people said, I'm confused. So he's not one of them? Of course he's one of them. He's a Freemason. You could see him doing the shake. You could see him leaving the Kabbalah centers. You could see him wearing his Masonic hat. Okay? There's no reason that this guy should be speaking before Congress as somebody who is going to stop sex trafficking when he's an actor. When there's police, actually good, there's some good law enforcement out there. There's some good people. Still, like I said, Ted Gunderson, who's long dead now. They would let him go anywhere near this stuff when he discovered it, anywhere near it, because they knew he would expose the truth, which is the satanic circles, these satanic covens that were prostituting these kids in and out for black magic, and he openly said that. Kushner's never going to mention that. What's Kushner going to talk about? Oh, I've seen some awful videos. Yeah, I'm sure you own some. I'm sure you've been in some at Bohemian Grove. Why don't you go up there and bust them? Why don't you go, your producers of your TV shows, why don't you go knock on their doors? Huh? The Jewish Kabbalah buddies. Of course not. It's an absolute joke. So don't fall for this stuff. This is going to continue to happen. This massive diversion. One, it's attention away from Pizzagate, but two, it takes attention away from the ones who are really guilty. And the elites know that. They know they have to take attention off the guys in the suits, and they have to go, okay, listen, people are becoming aware that there's, this child trafficking thing's going on, and kids are, getting molested and killed. Well, we got to get attention off of us and put it back on them. And that's what this is. So it'll continue to go forward. It makes me so angry and sick, because there's people out there who've worked so hard for so long trying to expose this stuff. And I'm not saying it from my own standpoint. I'm saying it from just looking back at Gunderson. So many people. And then they have to do this stuff. This is going to mislead so many people out there from finding the truth, because this is all about Satanism. That's what it's about. These people are Satanists. They represent the synagogue of Satan. They do these sacrifices to Satan. They molest these kids for Satan. And it's a disgrace, because they're going to stereotype it on, people living in trailer parks and lower level people who need money, who are scumbag drug dealers. That's what they're going to do. So don't fall for it. It's part of the deception. Give me a break. I thank you for listening to today's show. God bless all of you and your families.